Hello, and thank you all for watching. This is Manny Sunny Sun for an astrological report. We begin with Mars entering into the sign of Capricorn, September 27th, for around 6 weeks. So Mars here in Capricorn, it has left the sign of Sagittarius into Capricorn, where in astrology it is said it's in its exaltation point. That is to say, the power is enhanced by this cardinal Earth sign. The planet of action dynamic energy will help us to undertake and materialize our ideas, visions that we glimpsed in the previous sign of Sagittarius. Well, here in Mars, he will receive the support of Neptune. Mars in Capricorn is demonstrated with endurance, determination, tenacity, more stability as well. No doubt, he will be required to take upon himself to be more patient and careful, otherwise avoid precipitation in the case including certain maladies with fractures for athletes. Mars will be conjoining Pluto October 19th, 15 degrees 6 minutes in Capricorn. In our action of certainly will be strengthened by our stubbornness, our ambition, our pugnacity with Mars and Pluto. That will be squaring off here with Uranus, October 20th, exact. So Mars Capricorn, early morning of September 27th, 2016. Renewal, kick-starting energy. Mars in this sign gives sustainable energy. Mars is capable of allowing sustainable efforts for a really long time. It is in a position that is still one of the best motors to move forward. It is not aggressive. It's very disciplined, stable, constructing plans and organizations that remains through a period of time. Don't forget, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which we're allied by time through the passage of time. So here, work, implementation, projects are very thoughtful with Mars being in a responsible sign. In Capricorn, we can count on the people who have this position in their own charts. Mars here in Capricorn is in its exaltation point. It's of course very good, as I've explained, and it combines the energy of action with time, Capricorn. And here with Pluto, it can give us a period in time where we're able to transform situations. Mars in Capricorn, it is done with an ability to overcome obstacles with power, Pluto, desire, and change, Pluto. A time to reform these efforts, and we'll do them through time, able to process these things. So in a negative sense, it squares off to Uranus, the class rebel, in all its discipline. It can guide us towards very beneficent actions, and some where in some aspects can experience ways that we've never done before. Lack of patience can also be called upon us, aborting projects and making us quite fanatic about these issues. In fact, here we must never forget that it is a cycle that evokes changes and can really get us down to see the real structure of it all, and situations that needs more evolution, more sustainability in our projects. Projects are here for some change, but on a personal level here, it does not work quite well because we are free from our own projects and activities. Therefore, these procedures, these implementations, developments, and structures makes us change them towards a downward phase. The realization that we end up with when we attack anything to improve with continuity of time. This may be a concern to any topic you are wishing to start upon. For example, a new healthy regime. Fatigue undermines your decisions. The doctor, its diagnosis, prognosis, disease treatment, stabilization, a sense of recovery, and a curing of an ailment. The conjunction of Mars and Pluto happening on October 19th, 2016. This cosmic event has a detonator, and it's about to destruct in a series of dates, as we are tempted to think, given the reputation of these two Planets in astrology, the square off to Uranus here has been active since March 11th, 2011. He will be a propagator of the destructive effect of this combination of elements that will be set off by the theme of this aspect on the 19th of October. Mars conjunction to Pluto, and moreover, this Mars-Uranus square happening. So Pluto, the fact that it's squaring out to Uranus, an attack on that day somewhere in the world is not impossible. England is a country of Capricorn, the sign in which the conjunction of Mars-Pluto will be taking place. The United States is a country of Cancer. Germany and Japan are countries of Aries. France, country of Libra. Will she be saved? No, because Capricorn here and the Cancer are in an equal square of Libra and Aries as its opposite to France. Therefore, could unfortunately suffer the abuse reported by such a dark configuration. Does this mean that a major event will happen on October 19th? An attack in France? Or maybe England? It's not a perfect plan to start a terroristic attack. I guess if the secret services is on the teeth to prevent some potential terrorist attack to prevent it. I hope they manage it to preserve peace, calm, by ensuring safety of all in this world that is becoming increasingly dangerous and unhealthy by the day. So this combination can also affect the Earth's energy in various ways. Capricorn, where Mars and Pluto will be conjunction, may indicate severe weather, floods, landslides, torrential rain, and in some places we can even see some snow. Meanwhile, the energy of Uranus could encourage volcanoes that awakens this Aries, or a country can produce violent thunderstorms or tornadoes and other storms of amplitude. Lightning with Mars squaring Uranus then can become destructive, even deadly. These forecasts are not very rosy as we can say. Anyway, we are faced with the unexpected, violent, spectacular vagaries on this earth for a long time now. That we are accustomed to even become vaccinated. It's certainly quite excessive, really, by the fact that most of us have a TV set and can become very moved by these terroristic disasters in the media, only to make ratings in the name of quote-unquote news. So let's this combination be a firm footing for everyone to prepare for ourselves for the worst. If nothing happens on the side of you, do not conclude that it will not last at all. A lot of important events are never highlighted by the mass media. So strum over to alternative sources in media, in the internet for wider world details. And you will see happen around you or in your immediate environment. Our planet, in its individuality, this combination will be more particularly for the natives of Capricorn, of course Cancer here, Aries and Libra, all cardinal signs. So if you belong to any of these signs, take vigilance that day. Better be safe than sorry, I always say, so avoid necessary risk. Whatever you do, this certain day is very accident prone. Anything can happen out of the unexpectedly. So caution is more safe. It's a safety precaution. Protect yourself against any interest, remaining calm and protected from these elements. An independent, imponderables your own goodwill. So stay positive. However, whatever happens, if we roll up our sleeves, deal with the situation, courage is needed during these terrible times that we have seen. So Mars conjoins here with Pluto in Capricorn. Mars conjunction with Pluto in Capricorn. When these two planets conjoin together, it activates the energies of Pluto that are destructive and is connected with a square off to Uranus, reforming periodically since 2011 of March. We can say clearly that Mars will revive this exact square very suddenly, even brutally, that day. The moon on that day will be in Gemini. It will make an opposition to Saturn, which of course accentuating the effect of Saturn-Neptune square that happened early on September of last month. So Mars is associated with the energy of Aries, martial energy. Remember what happened on that day when Uranus entered into the sign of Aries, March 12, 2011. The Fukushima nuclear accident, that Uranus-Pluto square are generational planets. That is to say, it acts in a duration of progressions. It evokes slow movements. An event at this global level could occur. We are in the presence of an extremely powerful energetic times that I've wrote down for specific reasons how that could happen in several steps. Number one, destroy the collective level, which is not good for humanity and the planet, to rebuild on a new basis, to find a balance for the good of all. We cannot do otherwise. Number two, to make us realize that life is always moving and it's always changing, and even it has to go through very difficult times in our lives. Let us know that they will also be very temporarily if only we accept the change. So what's going to happen during this certainty mark? That marks our own spirits, causing shock of our own consciousness that will bring us to radical changes in our own outlook in life. For those who are already working on that reconstruction on a new basis, it is possible that opportunities available to them are providing an acceleration speed of action. So Mars squaring off to Uranus, it is a great period of change, and we sometimes need a whip or a spark to overcome our own fears. The sky really is an opportunity for men and women to get up and do goodwill. Decisions will be taken, and they do not necessarily hit home or fit perfectly with what we're associated with. Decisions will only be very motivated to get to the heart of the truth and authenticity that we owe ourselves and the world. So more pretense, more freedom, and first and foremost, Mars and Pluto will require the thirst for truth. Mars and Pluto is linked to the gross identity of the female spirit. So Mars and Pluto conjunction on October 19th, 2016. Mars and Pluto are kissing. They are in a conjunction. They are very close together. They're at 1 degree orb. 0 degree orbs, and for better or for worse, this prompts us to move forward in action, to go over the past and to free us from our earlier attachments, from our earlier conditioning. This is very wonderful in this period of change of Uranus square Pluto, which has been affecting the consciousness for since 2011. Something alluding to the human consciousness and maturity. However, this Mars-Uranus square on the 29th of October is a day to action. Many will go out and fight terroristic groups who will likely bomb or attack someone. So although the probability level at this time is at an all-time high, higher than average, we have a very tense aspect, of course, again, with Sun and Uranus, which, of course, Sun represents leaders, people that like to shine in front of the camera, and then Uranus, rebels. So many of these attacks, many of these provocations will be broadcasting on television, and many people will be shocked, Uranus, and would like to revolt against this tyrannical government. Officials in government or certain radicals groups, say for example ISIS or the jihadists in Turkey, in Syria. So this conjunction in Pluto happening this month, this cosmic event has a detonator, and it's going to be destructive, as we have attempted to link. Given this reputation by these two planets in astrology. So this is active. Uranus square Pluto has been active since March of 2011 and will be a propagator, the destructive effect, combination of several elements that will be set off in the theme of this month in October, especially playing out during these key dates. So October 15th, Sun is opposite to Uranus. October 19th, 2016, Mars conjoins with Pluto. 15 degrees Capricorn. Exact. October 29th, Mars is squaring off to Uranus. So Mars squaring off to Uranus, Sun opposition Uranus, Mars conjunction Pluto. Indication of overall stagnation and intensification symbolized by this square aspect. And frustrations often give rise to rebellion, rejection of reactions, a discharge of energy. The underlying tensions are eager to express themselves. Manifestations far from rosy. The future looks totally blocked out there, and there are many who believe that a good war would settle that and will be the final card that will draw and end the world for good. Many will like to settle for that. There are many people there, but the extreme outcome here, fortunately a minority of the mind, is oppressed by people that are disillusioned and still too much to lose, to risk their own lives with no guarantee of success. Mars conjunct Pluto, squaring off to Uranus. The fact is that the square to Uranus makes the influence of this month even more unstable. An attack on that day somewhere in the world is not impossible. Let me repeat that again. England is a country of Capricorn with a moon in Gemini. Okay, it's going to happen on a moon in Gemini. So I looked up information on certain Gemini major cities. San Francisco, London could be hit. The United States is a country of Cancer. Germany and Japan are countries of Aries. So where Uranus is, France is a country of Libra. Will France be saved by an aspect of this sort? No, because Capricorn and Cancer are in square tight aspects to Libra. And Aries is in opposition to France. Therefore, could unfortunately suffer abuse reported by such configurations. Does this mean that a major terroristic attack is soon to happen on the 19th of October or the 29th of October? An attack in France, probably, England, London, California? Well, soon to watch these planets play out and see what happens in this month. I will keep you all posted. Thank you all for watching. If you'd like to book a consultation, please don't hesitate to leave a message down below. My website is Texas Astrological Society on Facebook. You can find me there, or just drop a message here down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video slide. Thank you all.
Boğaziçi Köprüsü. Boğaziçi Köprüsü aslında kapatılmış.
Sokağa çıkmak yasak. Evine. Herkes evlerine.